Good morning, everybody. I am straight out of bed. Woke up like this, except for the lip gloss and a little bit of skincare. But anyways, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. So today we're gonna be talking about confidence. So I done wrote some little notes down. Hope y'all can't see that. But yeah, I done wrote some little notes down. To help me remember, because sometimes I get off track. So let me just give y'all a little background. When I was younger, I'm pretty sure we all didn't know what self-esteem and confidence was. And when I say younger, I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old. You know, you're not really thinking about your confidence level. But what I will say is, from my background, I came from a lot of bullying. I've been getting bullied in my childhood long as I can remember. Like, I remember being 4 years old and this girl walks up to me and she's like, you want a knuckle sandwich? I'm like, what's a knuckle sandwich? I'm like in preschool, and she's like, she just punches me in my motherfucking nose and my shit start leaking. Like, I'm young, like I'm so young. I didn't even know who the hell the girl was. Growing up, I also got bullied for not having what everybody else in the neighborhood had, clothes, for being skinny. One time I even got bullied for my hair. I got bullied because I didn't get a perm. They just simply didn't like me for like whatever reason. With even makeup rumors, it would stem from like boys liking me and then a girl getting mad about it and spread rumors. Or even just like a boy bullying me. I got bullied by boys a lot growing up too, especially when it came to not having things everybody else had and being skinny. I got bullied a lot, so I had to fight a lot. When I tell y'all, people used to gang up on me so bad. They used to gang up on me so bad. Like, I remember when I started middle school, and me and this boy was passing notes. It's like my mom didn't even really let me on the house phone to even talk to my friends. Like, most of my interactions with my friends was outside. You know, this is when social media started becoming and everybody started getting their little phones and stuff like that. So my friend asked to see the letter that the boy passed me, and I passed it to her, and she passed it to the girl that liked the boy. And the girl threw the paper at my face. And at this time, I really didn't want to get in no more fights, because I already spent a year at alternative school for fighting. And I didn't want to do that again. Like, school had strictened the fuck up. If you remember we started wearing uniforms. I just didn't want to go through that again. So I basically had to let her throwing the paper at me slide, but I was pissed. And it just got worse over time. I remember walking into a class and she was like, yeah, I'm finna hit her. And a girl I didn't even know was like, oh, if you hit her, I'm gonna hit her too. Like, it's just, I don't know, when I think back, it's just so unreal. Like, I can recall like all the experiences I've had, like having to fight boys growing up, having to fight all the fucking time. Like, I fought a lot. Most of the time I win. I even got jumped by a boy and a girl before. Like, it's just so crazy. So and I'm not gonna lie, at home I was fighting with my siblings a lot, especially my big sister. So you're out in the world fighting, and then you come home and you gotta fight, and then, you know, no shade, no tea. I ain't gonna lie, that could really mess with your self-esteem. You know what people say, regardless of what you see when you look in the mirror. Like, my mom would do my hair and tell me, you're so beautiful, but I would feel like she just telling me that because I'm her daughter. I never really truly believed that, but I never really thought about how I didn't believe that about myself. So other people's opinions sometimes do have an effect on your on your self-esteem. So I really just thought I was just an ordinary person. With time and learning to understand things fully from all aspects, all sides, you really realize it was never really you. It wasn't really about you. But we gonna get into that when we start talking about how to build your confidence. This is just a little background, where my confidence started out at, and why and how that was for me. Anyways, and so most of that bullying happened to me when I lived, while I was living in Alabama. My mom is from Jersey and my 3 older siblings are from Jersey, so we always been back and forth. When I got to actually grow up in New Jersey and go to school in New Jersey was a whole different world. I always been a goofy girl, and that's why another reason why I didn't get along with a lot of my peers in the South, because everybody was just so fast. And I'm not saying like I wasn't fast or I didn't like boys, but I'm not cutting my friends off because they not having sex yet. Like, I was getting cut off because I wasn't having sex. I was getting cut off because I was weird, which I was a little bit. Like, I did shit like pick up rocks. Like, I thought rocks were pretty and shit. It was when I lived down south. Now when I moved to New Jersey, it was a completely different world. Like, I fit right in. The goofiness wasn't a problem. I was just able to be myself, and I never been told I was beautiful the way I was told I was beautiful in New Jersey. And we were really young. Like, I was still in 6th grade, and it was different hearing that, you know. So I just realized, you know, maybe I am. And we know like people have self-esteem issues for different reasons. You know, so not to be shallow about pretty, but we're just talking about like, you know, my journey. But anyways, a lot of bullying in my early childhood from girls and boys. Where I stayed, because I stayed in a really old house that my mom basically inherited from my grandfather, and she was trying to remodel, and it was really clear as day, like from the outside, that this house was old. But yeah, like we would, like me and my sister, we would have fallouts with our friends, and the first thing they would say is, "Oh, you live in a shack." Like, it was it was bad, y'all. It was, people was like, I don't know why kids are so mean, but if anybody was to ever try to bully my kids the way that I got bullied, I'd probably tell in front of their face. Like, yeah, just real mean, evil shit. I don't know why people were so fucking mean. Like, I cannot make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up. I remember one time I was walking to the bus stop, and a girl that I grew up with, like my mama used to watch her when they was young. One day I got to the bus stop and she just stole off on me. So I started fighting her, and a boy punches me in my face. Like, so I'm basically getting jumped. And I don't even go to school. I come back home from the bus stop and I tell, you know, the grown-ups in my house what happened. And they're like, "Oh, so they just punched you in your face for no reason?" And I'm like, yes, that's what the fuck they did. Like, yes, that's what happened. And they were just like, "Nah, you had to do something." No, I didn't. I literally did nothing. I came to the bus stop and I sat down on the motherfucking bricks and got punched in my shit. Like, y'all protect y'all kids out here, and y'all make sure y'all raising y'all kids not to be bullies, because you don't know what somebody's going through at home. A lot of things could make you have self-esteem issues, even things outside of, you know, other kids that you grew up around. You know, like, I've been through things, like, not to put my business out there, but you know, if we want to be transparent, you're just gonna have to be real. Okay, I'm back. My little son wanted me to put something on the TV for him to watch. Life experiences at home can make you feel like you have no worth too. I would go through stuff at home and it would just feel like, it's been times we ain't had no lights. I ain't had no lights. My mom had to light up candles in the house. It's been times, you know, water pipes busting because the house so old that you gotta heat up water on the stove to take a shower. Just a lot of things that was just, I don't even know what to call that. I would say it's survival mode. And no shade to my mom, because she did the best she could with what she knew, whatever stage she was in her life, whatever knowledge she did have. My mom was very resourceful, and I feel like that's where I get it from. You can feel pretty worthless about where you come from, but it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. And like I said, people can be insecure for different reasons. You have people who have everything and have more than you, and they can still be jealous of you. And that's when I had to learn that maybe I was not getting bullied because I was ugly. Maybe I got bullied because, and my mom used to say it, she used to be like, "You were so nice, like you were so sweet when you were little that it was sickening." So maybe you got bullied for that light that people saw inside of you that they didn't see inside themselves. And that's that, and I didn't learn that until I got grown. So it's a journey. Some people have low self-esteem because they were abused at home, or they were maybe sexually assaulted when they were younger too. And believe it or not, that has a really big impact on your self-esteem, whether you realize it or not. But definitely with the parents being abusive, people really repeat out things in their life, patterns in their life that feel like home, and that's why they get into a lot of abusive relationships. Now we're going to talk about why it's important for why your confidence is important. But this is for literally anybody, any gender. I usually speak to women because I wish that I had a woman like me when I was younger to actually sit down and tell me things in depth, the way that I think in depth, the way I'm able to tell other people things in depth, that actually tell them like, nah, not just don't do that, but why you should not do that and what is the consequences of doing that. Because I feel like we just get told what not to do without explanation. We just supposed to listen because we're kids, or those are our parents. When you don't have confidence, you tend to make a lot of bad decisions, and you tend to get involved with a lot of the wrong people. Not having confidence will have you in a dead end relationship and have you accepting literally anything that someone is doing to you in that relationship. I've seen people get abused by their partners and won't leave, and most of the time it ties back to their childhood. Most of the time they had parents who were physically abusive, and it doesn't feel good, but it's familiar and it feels like home to them. Hanging with certain people is an effect of low confidence, and even passing up certain opportunities, or not taking certain steps and actions to certain things that you want out of life is a result in low confidence. Is because you don't feel like you can do it. You doubt yourself. Even low self-esteem can be the reason why you are mean and nasty to other people. If you have low self-esteem, what I learned about a lot of the people that bully me, I learned they had their own issues, and they had low self-esteem themselves, and they just wanted somebody else to feel just like them. So, but anyways, we want to get into how to build that self-confidence. So I would say the first way to build confidence is to stop giving a fuck. Stop caring about what people have to say about you, because 9 times out of 10, they're not perfect themselves. They have flaws themselves. People who are really, really like judgy on people, I can guarantee they have a hard time looking in the mirror. What I know is the people who talk the most shit about other people have the most miserable shit going on. The people who are so judgmental with other people's lives, they be really miserable themselves. So you just have to stop giving a fuck. A person will want to make you mad because they're mad, and that is so real. Going through this phase of like realizing that energy is very transferable, and people will really try to spread their misery to you. This man would, after we broke up, he would like try to start conversations with me, and I would keep him brief if it wasn't about the baby. And then he would just like try to get real disrespectful with me and start arguments. And I'd be like, why are you always trying to argue with me? And he'd be like, really, that's because that's the only way I get a reaction out of you. I'm just like, oh, so you want me to be mad because you're mad. And I think that's what keeps me so grounded in a lot of situations, knowing that a person is only trying to piss me off when they're mad with themselves. And I feel like if anybody is content and happy with being happy and content with themselves, they're not starting shit with other people. Like they don't care to do that. Stop giving a fuck what people have to say about you. Stop giving a fuck, okay? Just stop giving a fuck. I mean, I just heard something about me the other week, and really, that's personal. It ain't got nothing to do with me. What you think, that's on you. So anyways, the second way to gain confidence is to forgive yourself for anything that you did that you might be ashamed of. Any predicament you put yourself in, you feel like it was your fault, forgive yourself. But yes, forgive yourself. Allow yourself grace, just like you allow everybody else grace. When you forgive them 100 times, you should give yourself the same grace. It's always room to change. It's always room to grow. And sometimes you got to forgive yourself for not knowing better and not doing better, because really, like, everything we do is more of a subconscious decision rather than conscious. But there is no learning in I keep saying oh my god, there is no learning in there's no learning without pain. Like, there's no learning without life or God or whoever you believe in coming to smack you across the head a couple of times. You really can't learn from your mistakes without any consequences. So yeah, forgive yourself, learn a lesson, continue with your journey. Those little subconscious decisions we make, we don't really become conscious about them until they come with a consequence, like, ooh, I really fucked up. So allow yourself the grace, forgive yourself, stop beating yourself up, learn the lesson, know that you can change